Universe in Peril. Evil scientists have stolen the law of conservation of mass and locked it inside this box. Without this law, the universe is in great peril. Everything we know about matter is about to be turned upside down. You must decode all of the clues and solve all of the puzzles in order to unlock the locks and open the box. In doing so, you will rescue the law and save our universe before it's too late. You have 45 minutes. To set up the locks for this game, the 3-digit lock should be set to 674. The 4-digit lock to 7472. The shape multi-lock should be set to square, diamond, square, triangle, square. And lastly, the ABC multi-lock should be set to the word boron. To set up the game, place the law of conservation of mass sign inside the big box with some candy or some other kind of prize. Set the 4 multi-locks as previously mentioned, put them on the hasp on the big box. Place the UV flashlight inside the small box with the key lock on it. Next, you will need to hang all the chemical reaction pictures around the room and hide the key behind the pictures of a precipitate. If you have more than one group playing at the same time, it would be helpful to use more than one picture of precipitates to hide the keys behind. You can also color code all the materials for each specific box so that it's easier to keep up with. Place the hint cards, the folder with the Kahoots questions, the red lens, the decoder, the balancing equations PhET simulation page, the ruler, whiteboard, expo marker, eraser, and iPad on the table with the big and small boxes. The whiteboard, expo marker, eraser, and iPad are all optional but helpful. Place the periodic table, the formula matching page, the red lens clue, and the 4 questions page inside a manila envelope and hide it somewhere near the table. Next, use the invisible ink marker to write the PhET simulation link on the balancing equations PhET simulation page. The link is https://phet.colorado.edu. Write the following on the balancing equations PhET simulation page in a regular writing utensil. Do not write this in the invisible ink marker. This is what you should write. Use the link to go to the website. In the search bar, type reactants, products, and leftovers, and then press enter. Use the simulation to solve these problems. You will need to use the invisible ink marker to also write the following on the last page of the Kahoots questions. This is what you should write. The answers to the even-numbered questions in order will give you your code. It is helpful if you place the Kahoots questions inside page protectors and then place those inside a braided folder. That way they don't get messed up and you can have the students write on them with the expo marker. Set the iPad to the YouTube link for the story. If you would prefer not to have the iPad, you can also print out the PowerPoint page with the story on it. You will need a computer for the PhET simulation. It will not work on an iPad. Lastly, set the timer to 45 minutes and you are good to go. An overview of the game. When students decipher the red lens clue, they will find a hidden message leading them to the pictures of the precipitate, which will have the key for the key lock on the small box. This will give them access to the UV flashlight. When students then use the flashlight and shine it over the balancing equations PhET simulation page, the website link for the simulation will be revealed. When they go to the simulation on the computer and they complete it and complete the page, they will find their code 674 for the three-digit lock. When the students shine the flashlight over the last page of the Kahoots questions, the hidden directions for what answers to use and in what order will be revealed for the shape code. The code is square, diamond, square, triangle, square. This is the code for the shape multi-lock. When students use the ruler and the marker, it's important to use a marker here because if the line is too thin, it may not go specifically through, it may not look like it's going specifically through some of these letters. So use a marker and a ruler to complete the formula matching page. The leftover letters will unscramble to reveal the code boron for the ABC multi-lock. Finally, when students answer the 4 questions and use the decoder, the code 7472 is revealed for the 4-digit lock. Resources that are helpful. An iPad for the story. You could also just print that PowerPoint slide and that would work just fine. You do need a computer for the PhET simulation. It will not work on the iPad. A timer, the hint cards, a whiteboard with expo marker and eraser are helpful for students to work through the problems. A manila envelope and a ruler for the formula matching page. I also like to print things in color and laminate them so they can write directly onto it with the expo markers and it's reusable. Again, if you're using more than one group with more than one breakout box going at the same time, it's helpful to color code these. The items that you will need to print out: the Law of Conservation of Mass sign, all of the chemical reaction pictures, specifically the ones, you definitely need to make sure you have the ones with the precipitate. I have 2 shown here. The Kahoots questions pages, which will go in the page protectors inside the folder. The decoder, the PhET simulation balancing equations page, the periodic table, the formula matching page, the red lens clue, which you will need to write on in blue marker. The key you seek is hidden behind the answer to the following question. What is it called when a liquid combines with another liquid and forms a solid? That's what you should write in blue on the red lens clue. And lastly, the 4 questions page.